Hey, Supernatural fans, I know it's been a while, but we are back talking about episode 14 and 15, so stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Son of a preacher, son of a preacher. Yes, hello everyone. Welcome back to AFTERBUZZ TV's Supernatural episode after show. I am your host, Alexis Torres. I'm so happy to be talking about this, also to catch up because the Scooby-Doo episode is coming up, and I'm so excited. On the panel with me is a very good friend of mine. He is talented, handsome, wonderful, all around just the best person I know, Michael Young.
What's up, guys? You can find me on Twitter everywhere at OneYoungster, which is ONEYOUNGSTA.
Hey! I forgot to put soulful in there. I should have done that. I messed that up. Hey guys, don't forget to check us out on iTunes. Also, we're live right now, so definitely check out the chat. Michael's got that up so you can talk to him, send us questions, theories, things like that, because the season's about to end soon. So
yeah,
I know. I'm like, I feel like it just went by so quick. Especially because we had so many breaks.
And now they're going to be on a run from here on that, but we'll talk about that.
We'll get there. But I'm really happy that you guys are here to talk with us because we got a lot to go through. So we're going to start with episode 14, Good Intentions. We're going to start off with our lovely group that's just hanging out in Apocalypse world because I don't really know like what to call this universe.
Yeah, it's
Jack and Mary.
Basically, you know, Apocalypse world.
Yeah.
And they're, I don't know, how do you feel about the plan to like trick him into opening the door?
I don't know.
Because do you think that
it's
I don't
tough.
know if that's I don't think it's an exact science. And Michael wants it
Nice.
Michael wants it to be an exact science. I don't think it is.
Nah. I feel like it's just because Jack hasn't been on this earth long enough to understand certain things like sarcasm and being controlled by people.
True.
So he feels like, oh, I can manipulate that and use that to my advantage. Because all of that mind control or mind control, I'll say it, brainwashing, whatever the heck you want to call it, and trying to get him to do things, which I was kind of like, okay, if you're taking over his mind, is he just going to just mimic what he was seeing and then he was just going to open a rift for you? Like, I didn't really understand what the end plan was.
We need you to open the door. And it's
Yeah.
like, he doesn't really understand
why we would need the door and things like that. And especially when they were trying to use Cass as well, which I also love seeing Misha just being thrown around in this show. It makes me really happy because he gets to really use his acting chops a lot. Yeah. Where I think earlier in the season he got to play like evil Cass, where he was like, you know,
then lost Cass.
Yeah, there's a lot happening. So I love that they're using Misha quite a bit in this season, which makes me happy. But yeah, so I love that he was able to be smart enough to snap out of it and snap out of it, but realize that something was going on. And he gets thrown into that cell with Mary, which I was like, okay, because I was wondering where she was actually at, because I thought she was still in that cage thing.
Oh yeah, which was very torturing for this show. Well,
no, that's not true because I mean, Sam's been in the cage before.
Stuff. We've seen Sam in the cage. We've seen him being torn apart. We've seen the soulless Sam.
Sam, I still miss that.
And then Dean also was torturing people. So I guess
there's a lot.
Maybe it's not torturing.
Yeah,
we can use a little more torture.
Just a little bit, just a sprinkle. Just help us out. But yeah, so then of course, you know, they both realize that that's why they're both in here is because they want to use Mary as like an emotional trigger, so that when he kills her, which we're like, all right, y'all are not going to kill her right off like that. Like that's insane. That would
be bold.
They could, but I don't think.
But they ran out of people that they could kill.
At least at this point. Before you start getting to the boys, and you're like,
they have to build their cast of characters back up again.
I agree. But yeah, so that the fact that they realized that there was a weakness by the window, you know what I mean? Like by that
bad architects.
Can you imagine? Yeah, what do we need this window for? It just looks really good. Just throw it in there.
Why don't we just give our prisoners a window? Some
air, you know?
Maybe it was for air, or maybe
but the air didn't look very safe.
It really tied the room together.
Yes, thank you. It really did. That cell really needed
kind of feel.
That cell really needed some natural light. So, you know. Just for our sanity.
Like make you, you know, like you can see the outside, but like even make you even sadder.
Yeah, I guess
you can't get there.
I don't know. Whoever chose to do that was dumb.
And they probably got beat up by Michael and like
or they're dead.
Yeah, or they're dead.
Just dead.
He
But
beats
yeah.
up people all the time.
But yeah, so the fact that they were able to use that to their advantage, and guess who they bump into as they're running on the run?
Yes.
Bobby! It was nice seeing him again. I just love how we're like, oh, Bobby's gone, he's dead, he's not actually Bobby, he's another universe Bobby. You know, it's like
he's not our Bobby, but we'll take him.
Yeah.
We'll take him.
Yeah.
He's
as close. Yeah. As close as we're gonna get.
Even though I didn't mind Ghost Bobby.
Ghost Bobby was fun. I missed that.
and you know, being kind of like impenetrable or whatever kind of helped as well.
I just love that, like, every time we're like, oh, Bobby's gone or he's dead or whatever,
it's like,
oh no, he's actually back. He's just in a different form. This is not even his final form.
Oh.
I don't know. I'll just put my nerd glasses on.
Yeah, that's right. His power level is, I think, reaching 9,000.
Reaching 9,000 at least. Definitely not over for that'll be like a season like in 25.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we find out where the rest of, because I was wondering where the rest of the humans were, because I was like, it's just Bobby and like 5 people.
They were with the budget of the show.
They were over by the meal cart that now we just made camp and then just added some like set decoration and stuff, so it's fine. They're just near the catering truck. But yeah, so the fact that we're back at their camp, they find out because Jack is over there messing with shadow puppets, and I'm like, yo, stop it. You're gonna get found out.
Did you get a vibe, and I know this is an old good bad movie, but did you get a vibe from Killer Clowns from Outer Space when he was doing the hand puppets?
Wow.
Oh yeah, I took it there. That's right. Perfect reference for all of you guys.
Dear Lord, if you don't know what that is, Google it.
When he was doing the hand puppets, I was like, it's kind of like Killer Clowns, but it was good. He was using his powers for the enjoyment of children to have, you know, some reprieve
but also
from
we
the
are
dangers
living
of
in
the world.
But we're also living in a world where humans don't like anything that's supernatural. They're killing them. Like,
oh yeah, that's true.
So I was like, stop. No, don't do it for the children. Stop it. But yeah, obviously Bobby caught on. Mary was like, well, I'm gonna tell you because you look like Bobby. You know. And I like that we found out that Bobby and that universe, Mary?
Yeah, that universe, Mary never had kids.
Yeah, which I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because I think their dad died,
it was switched
or something like that.
Because how in our version of Mary, she died because of a deal that happened, so it was vice versa. So technically, Dad did the deal, and that's why he died. And I was like, oh, I do like that twist. That was really cool. But of course, they find out that Jack is a Nephilim. And Bobby's
he was like, what? And she was like, oh, it's a child. He's like, I know what it is.
She was trying to like angel-splain.
like, well, see, it's when an angel is. I know what it is.
When an angel and a demon love each other very much.
Very much.
Angel and a human. Sorry, not a demon.
When an angel and a human love each other very much.
Yeah.
They hug each other.
And then a Nephilim is born.
And then a baby is born.
And grows within like 6 days. Or 6 hours actually.
Yeah, because it was like, dude, you're like an adult.
Yeah, you're like in your mid-20s.
It's time for you to start paying bills.
Where's my rent? Sit there like with a bat. But I've been using them shadow puppets to be bringing back that rent.
But I like that Jack, on a side note, is trying.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to be a hero. So I like that.
I mean, the fact that he had to deal with...
He's young, but he's trying.
He had to deal with aggressive Dean for a while, being like, yo, you're going to ruin everything. Get out of my life. Oh my God, I'm so angry. And then going back to now Bobby being like, we've seen his kind kill people. And we're like, I can't really be mad at that.
It's like, but he's different.
Well, yeah, because he's not, you know,
because he's from the other world. He's from the good world.
Yeah, so he understands, and he's, you know, and Mary Winchester's like, well, I vouch for him, and he's like, well, then you need to leave. I was like, okay, and then he did. He technically, of course, like they were there, and he was like, you have to leave by morning, and of course, all chaos happens, and yeah, it's just awkward.
But he saved people.
That's why I put on my notes, Jack Rampage, because he just ran in there and just started killing people.
He hit him with the Matrix, where he was like, no.
I know, right? It's just like, get out.
No. And then he literally turned the angel into dust. So
how crazy
maybe he
was
should
that?
be well matched with, you know, Michael, because he was like, I'm going to have to kill him.
I mean, that's what I was assuming, that there was going to be a ultimate showdown of, you know, of angel strength. I guess.
Yeah.
Archangel strength. Archangel Nephilim strength.
Yeah, and then you could get this music. It's like, hey, why are these guys using like the overhand, like the
just like someone's like go WWE on it. But yeah, it's yeah. I'm intrigued to see what's gonna happen more with Jack's story. Obviously, Bobby is very impressed that he came back and helped them because he thought that he was just a killing machine for humans. So yeah, I mean, I want to know like what's gonna happen with that.
Because Jack is an independent man that don't need no woman.
No. Or no Winchesters.
Or no angel woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
I don't know. Either way, Jack made the decision. He's like, I'm going to kill Michael. And I'm like, cool. Oh, is that where we're ending it? Okay, cool. I guess we'll meet up with you later. And then back on our side of the planet, our side of the universe, we've got the boys trying to ask Donnie or Donatello to help them with this evil demon tablet, whatever you want to call it. I can't quite remember what the tablet is called. And he's just sitting there with a bucket of chicken, losing his mind slowly. And it's because he doesn't have a soul, so it also doesn't help. Which I thought they told Castiel that he didn't have a soul. I don't know why I don't know. I totally thought he did. I had no
Me too,
inclination.
but I forgot. I think they said that God's sister took it. And I can't remember her name, but God's sister took his soul. At least I think that's what they said.
It's not Lilith,
in the
right?
chat, you guys will let us know.
Is it I think it starts with an L, right? No? Or am I thinking of Lilith? Is that not her name?
Lilith isn't her. Lilith is the girl.
The little girl. Yeah,
she was one of the seals. But
yes, that's right. Yo, I can't.
But real quick, ZSB Lou, big shout out in the chat. Hey. Ivan Soto, haven't seen you guys in a long time. Zia said, you were great on Collider Heroes.
Thank you.
So real quick, just wanted to give you some love. You did a wonderful job, just like she's doing right now for Supernatural.
Oh, thanks, guys. You know who's not doing a great job? Freaking Donatello.
Look, the chicken gets you every time. See, all right, look, first thing, chicken is great, but you got to watch your back when you're getting chicken. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be all willy-nilly, just walking around with chicken in your hand.
Chicken buckets.
You got to keep your eyes out, man. Watch around.
Yeah, the fact that he got not controlled, but the fact that he was
by the evil colonel.
Yeah, I love that moment when it was last episode where he sniffed the drumstick and he was like, and I was like, oh, you know what you're doing, Supernatural writers. Get out.
It's like, come on, guys, come on.
Come on. Give me something else.
We'll give you guys props for that. We'll let it slide.
How dare you? I feel attacked. Anyway, so he's sitting there eating his bucket of chicken and just the screen's shaking. He's shaking and sweating. And I'm like, Donatello, you need some help, bro.
But he did actually, he got through it.
He did decipher it, but which is why Castiel was upset, was the fact that he doesn't have a soul and the fact that it takes... you need that morality arc or bar or level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To help him through and get through all that.
Kind of like trauma, I guess.
Yeah,
you could say.
trauma and darkness that comes with the tablet is not helpful when you don't have a soul, because he pretty much it was like a sponge. He just kind of soaked it all up and then didn't have anywhere else to put it.
And he tried to beat up Sam, I
was like,
but he
was really clever.
It was close.
Though.
It was close.
Yeah. When he was sending them out to do a fake grocery list of things that they needed, and Sam was like, "I'll stay here. I'll just make sure he's okay." I was like, "This boy is always okay." Before we get into episode 15, though, I was already worried about Sam's brain cells. I love that they bring it up in episode 15, which we'll get to. But I was like. This boy's been knocked out, I think,
but I mean,
90% of the season so far.
But
getting
I think
smacked up
the more you
head.
get hit, it's a stronger.
No,
you got
that is not how. Nope, that's not how your brain works.
No, but your skull, it gets stronger. It's stronger. I'm not saying I'm a doctor.
Don't listen to
I'm just saying, if you get hit in the head a lot, it's you get strong because the bone density it builds up with marrow and stuff. It could happen. I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
Explain it to football players, and then get back to me.
Or explain it to Rocky and Rocky 4.
No,
when he got hit.
Don't bring other movies into this.
No,
unless it's a documentary.
When he got hit again.
Oh my God.
When he got hit, and he was like, But anyway, Sam, he's gonna be all right. He got supernatural healing and stuff. He probably has.
I mean, that's true.
He has a healer, one of those tattoos against. Head trauma.
Oh my God.
It's like, hey, that would be smart. Meet a witch that's cool. You're cool with a witch. It's like, hey, look, I get hit in the head a lot. All right, so just hook me up with a strong skull.
Sam, just start running around with a football helmet on. Protect your hair. protect your brain. That's all I'm saying. Those are very important.
Protect your hair. It's like so luxurious.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm like, no, you got to protect that those beautiful locks. Okay, those are important. No, he's
he
important in
called it
general.
Disney princess hair.
Yes, that's not a helmet. Stop doing it. Anyway, so yeah, so of course, like as they're looking for these things, Cass is sitting there the entire time going, I feel like this isn't right. Something's wrong. This is really dumb. And then we get to see these massive, I don't even know what you would call them.
I guess sort of demigod.
Yeah, they're
type
like
dudes.
deities or something like that. Yeah. And they
Gog and Magog.
Yeah, nice. Their names. I was
Wearing
just like,
a
who did this?
loincloth and what do you say, a fur diaper?
Yeah, Dean could not keep it together. I was like, I know that you're immature. This
Dean
is a whole different level of immature Dean right here.
Dean immature or is he super mature?
No, he's immature. Straight up. Get it together, buddy.
Look, he saves the world, all right? He likes cool cars, all right? And I don't know, he's strong, all right? What else do you need?
I mean, sure, whatever. Let's bring back Dad Dean. I would like that back.
Oh,
that was crazy.
I saw Lisa in something else recently, and I was just like, "Oh, that's Lisa."
Yeah, I was like,
"Oh, I miss Dad."
Go
Dean.
back to Dean. But yeah, so the fact that they went out there killed them pretty easily. I mean, there was a lot of being thrown around.
Yeah,
there was
they
a little bit
got tossed up a little bit.
Yeah, they did, as you should. I mean, the boys always get tossed around. Doesn't matter what's happening.
Yeah. And that's weird. I did want to ask you this, and you guys in the chat. Due to Dean's time in hell and in purgatory, shouldn't he be getting tossed around way less? Like, that dude should be like master level fighter, right?
It's been too long.
But I mean, he's been through, like, he should be like the warrior.
I mean, I feel like he
Like,
does
should
well
be,
on
like,
his
the
own.
guy.
Well, I mean, I was complaining earlier
Like
in
Rambo
the season.
Jr. or something.
Nice. I was complaining earlier in the season that I was like, I feel like the boys are just getting their butts kicked a lot this season. Like, I don't know if it's just because it's been a while or they just haven't had a break because it's like one after the other at this point since last season and this season because it's been like pretty much like
True,
there's literally been no break.
Last season and this season it really picked up.
Yeah.
From what it was rocky from like season 7 to like 12. It was rocky.
Yeah, but at least there was moments to breathe, you know?
Yeah.
We have not had that since season, was it 12?
Yeah,
And
we
this
still
one.
actually have
Or
what is
11?
the guy? What is the British guy running around?
Yeah.
We still have him to worry about.
The British Men of Letters or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
That's what I'm saying, because we went from like God bringing, or Chuck bringing back his mom, and then it just went full force.
Yeah.
After that.
yeah.
And there hasn't been a break, really.
Yeah, they've been
I give it up
hardcore
to that.
on the road since then. So
Yeah.
I give them the props.
It's insane because they had to deal with the Nephilim, Cass dying and then coming back. Like there's so much going on.
Oh, thank you, Ivan Ketch. That's his name. Yeah.
Yes, Catch. Yeah.
Don't trust someone with the name Ketch. Really?
Yeah, I was like, why would you ever trust him?
Never trust that guy. He just looks shady.
Yeah. So obviously they defeat them, find out that it was a ruse. Sam gets knocked out again. They show up. Sam has him tied up in some sort of room, or Donatello in a room, and he's just spatting out all this information and just losing his mind. I was like, Donatello's not gonna make it through this season.
But that's when Castiel's like, I gotta do what I gotta do.
I'm really proud of Cass, but also I always forget how powerful he is.
Yeah, because I don't think he said that he's at the same strength he was when we first met him.
No.
Because he doesn't have
been
his
through
wings.
so much.
Yeah, he doesn't have his wings or whatever.
His grace is very weak right now.
But he's no chump.
He's doing well. I mean, he was just in captivity for a little bit, and now he's back too. So there's a lot. I also just feel like I wrote in my notes, like Cass just doesn't give a frick.
Yeah.
Like at
right.
all.
It's a family show.
Yeah. So, yeah. I was like, for everybody. For the kids. But yeah, doesn't give a rat's booty about what's happening. He's like, we need this stuff. If you guys are not gonna do it, I'm gonna fry his brain for it.
Yeah, and because all right, he doesn't have a soul. We know we can't get it back because and
there's no way to turn him.
Well, no, Death is just the other lady. Chocolate sister. I can't think of her name.
I can't think of her name right now, but she's
can't
amazing.
guarantee that she's gonna give the soul back. Because
And
she's
they're
not too
already
keen.
asking too many favors of her.
Yeah. She even though I do like where she said she was talking about seeing a bigger picture, and she was like, I understand why you guys have been saved so much. There's a larger thing going on. But of course, the writers aren't going to tell us that.
No.
But I do think that was the right thing to do. They're not going to get the soul back.
No, and
we're not going to be able to change him back to good Donnie.
Yeah.
So just kill him.
I was like, Donatello.
I mean, not saying don't do that at home.
Yeah, but no, I feel like Donatello has been alive for quite some time. He was able to deal with the fact he doesn't have a soul, and he was corrupted right off the bat, and we didn't even realize it because it was just happening under our noses. It's rough. So I feel like it's sad to say to like put him out of his misery because he is a human being still, but at the same time it's also tough because it's like you can't get him back.
He's corrupted, man.
No, he's like Cass said, he doesn't have a soul to help filter out the darkness. So he's not Donatello anymore. Yeah. Definitely not that. Except for his love of chicken.
He's a minion of Gozer. No, I'm just like he's a minion of the evil Colonel.
Yeah.
Also known as, I can't think of his real name right now, but Osmodeus. Yeah. He's a minion.
I keep calling him Amadeus.
Yeah, he's
Amadeus.
you just can't trust him anymore. Once he's spouting all the crazy stuff, he's hitting Sam. He's just
it's too much. But pretty much we find out that Cass did not actually kill Donatello, but he made him pretty much brain dead. Yeah, so you're pretty much you might as well. He's a vegetable, which is unfortunate. And I like that Cass said that he was a soldier, and this is how war happens. Like, this is what I was put on this earth, or put back on this earth for. I told you that there was something big going on, and this is what it is. And I was like, hey man,
because he laid it out. He was like,
nice Cass is not here to play anymore.
Yeah, he was like, we gotta get Jack back, kill Michael, or at least stop Michael, and then kill Lucifer, and then everything's cool. Yeah. So I do like how we got his checklist of things that he wants to do before the end of the season. And then with the guys, we got our checklist and the spell that we have to get before the end of the season. I'm very intrigued to see how far they're going to get. Which I'm assuming they're going to get all of the things that they need, but you never know. But I like the line that he said, I knew it was wrong, but he's tired of standing around and not doing anything. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I was like, that's right. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Like, that's a perfect Bad Boys 2 reference. He's like, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. See? That's the kind of cast we need. It's all connected, man.
Speaking of, we're going to talk about the next episode to connect us to the rest of the season. Episode 15, A Most Holy Man. It was a very weird way to open up the show because we were at a nunnery, and I was like, "What are we doing?" I was like, Da Vinci Code.
I was like, "Is there like a haunting there, and someone's gonna die in there?"
I thought there was gonna be something with like ghosts or demons or something because it was a church. So I was like,
But it was a great change of pace as far as the season is concerned.
But I also was very confused why a church would have a skull.
But it's a special. It's not.
But it's a saint skull. It was so weird to me. I was just like, yo.
Yeah, I don't know if
it seems kind of culty.
Yes, I don't know.
Man.
You just go to like, hey, I'm going to hang out with some nuns, and it's like, yo, this skull right there. I don't know if you know, but
you shouldn't have weird. That. Yeah, maybe you should put it in a museum. I don't know.
Yeah,
like it's the parish is not a museum. You should put it somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, so we see some guy takes the skull, kills this poor nun. I was like, leaving a poor sister like that. Why would you do these things? Why didn't
he just give her like the?
But also, she was so creepy when she was just like.
Yeah, when he turned around, I thought she was going to be like a demon or something like that.
I thought it was too.
But I mean, if she was just a human, he could have just gave her like the judo chop, and she could have just went to sleep, and then just like, and then she would have went to sleep. You don't have to kill nuns, man. Hey, people out there, stop killing nuns.
Leave them alone. Leave them alone.
It's not worth it.
They already have to sacrifice a lot. Leave them alone.
Yeah, they got to hang out with dead skulls and stuff.
I don't understand. I was like, Catholicism, why?
And they put it in a cool box, too.
I feel like I was back at Buca de Beppo, you know, where the Pope in the glass box. I was like...
It's like, this is kind of
cool, what's happening?
It's definitely creepy.
Italy, stop it. Anyway, so we Sam and Dean are looking for the ingredients, and they need to find a most holy man's blood. And I guess they start looking through the dark web, which I was like, I don't understand how they do this every season. I'm like, what are you looking at, Sam? How do you find these links?
First thing, don't ask No questions, all right?
So sad.
Sam has mad technical skills on the dark web, but he uses his powers for good. He has a VPN set up. He has a VPN set up. All right, he goes in and types in www.darkweb.com, and then it takes you to the dark web. All right, that's where you go.
Don't actually write that in your. Don't do it.
Because I don't know where it's going to go.
I don't know where. We don't want anything pinging, and then like FBI shows up. Excuse me. Why are you trying to search this?
Right now, it's like a kid in middle school, like doing
Michael
that in the library.
Michael said on the Supernatural After Show that if I type in www.darkweb.org.gov, I will find
.org, .gov, and .com. They all work.
It's just all in the same thing. Make sure it's all lowercase. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I can see, and then they'll have my picture up like, don't trust his ideas.
Don't trust his ideas. He's being
Like-
silly. Stop it.
But he's the tech guru.
No, I know
he
that, but
knows
I'm also
things.
just like, yo, stop.
Because they had to get they needed the bone, they needed the head. So they
know.
we gonna get the head, and they went over there, and this when he laid his mat game down. So he's not only a tech guy, but he also has the looks.
Guys, I was definitely Dean in this scene when he was meeting up with Margaret. What's her name? Margaret Astor, and I just sat there and I was like, what is actually happening? Because I felt like it was already starting to become a noir because like she's in like pretty much she's in like 50s. Like 50s garb.
Yeah, but he was giving off his.
I know. Hold on. I'm not.
manliness.
I am gonna give him props because it was very lovely. My heart fluttered. It happened. Okay. Sorry, honey. But well, no, he likes Sam too, so I guess I can't say anything. I'm more of a Dean kind of lady. No.
Oh.
Yeah, Dean and Cass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
I mean, he was watching The Wire.
I see where you're going.
I love a man who watches The Wire, and Cass watched the entire series. So
Yeah, he did.
I'm pretty proud.
Gotta give him props for that.
Anyway, so like, yeah, so Sam has this like moment where he looks really uncomfortable when she was just like hand on top of his hand, but then he also
Then he
I love how awkward
returned
it was
the favor.
because it was like she put it like this, but then she
he was
moved
like-
back.
Then he was like,
and then he's like, no,
girl,
bring it back.
He was like,
He's like, no, you bring that hand back.
Nah, girl, you in my world now. He's like, come on back here.
I was like, what just happened? That's why Dean's face was just like.
That's what he was smooth, man. Sam realized he was like, okay, I got to use my talents. And sometimes you got to use a diverse array.
And
of
I'm
talents.
usually used to that from Dean, because usually
Yeah.
Sam's like hella awkward, but this time he was just like, no, let me move my princess hair back.
He was like,
and let me tell you, hair flip, how I get down. And I was like,
Then he was like, then he laid the hand down slow. He was like,
yeah, and then like it was, I was just like. Is this how you met your wife on the set? That's how that worked
And
out?
I think he said, what did he say? He was like, he would be most grateful or something like that. Oh, yeah.
I wanted to puke. So
you know how grateful he's going to be.
I literally wrote.
He's going to be so grateful.
Yeah. So then we find out, gross. We find out that she's like, you need to talk to this man named Richard Greenstreet. This skeeve ball of a man, this douche canoe. I knew immediately as he was making out or making love to this donut.
Yo.
I was like,
in the chat, let us know if he had the same kind of donut crumbs that a kid would have. It'd be like, did you eat the last of the donuts? Be like, no. It'd be just dust all over. Like dust all over his shirt. Be like, you sure you didn't eat the donuts? Because I feel like you did.
I was just like, if you're going to eat this donut, just eat all of it. Don't be eating it in bites and then talking to me. This is not how this works.
And then just come on, man. I'm not saying that you have to be like the most clean, meticulous donut
But also
eater.
be an adult.
Yeah.
Be an adult and eat like an adult. Don't
Just
eat
be
like,
like-
I was like, oh.
He's like, I'm so rich I can chew and eat.
Yeah,
and
at the same time.
And spit out like donut fragments.
Oh my God, I was so irritated. I was like, great.
Your shirt, it's right. The whole shirt is
I was
right
having
there.
like a big sister moment. I was like, oh, you got some schmutz.
A little schmutz. Got a little schmutz.
Got a little bit of jelly right there in the corner. Just
And he was just loving it too. Just
he knew what he was doing. He was like,
you like this donut a little too much.
That's what I was saying. He was making love to that donut, and I was
he's-
like, you need to relax. You need to find a lady.
Yeah.
And stop it. Or a man.
Yeah,
Whatever
'cause-
your preference is, I don't judge.
Yeah, because then, well, you know what? That's another show. That's a family show. But, You know what?
Anyway.
I'm not going to say that. It's close, but I'm not going to say that.
Speaking of, we're talking about skulls now. St. Peter's skull. So that's where we find out that's what the skull is, and that a lot of these people that are trying to go after it are, they're into religious antiques or antiquities and things like that. So the people are paying a pretty penny for,
because they're probably trying to do their own spells and stuff. And
I assume, or they're just rich. I was gonna say rich white folk who just really want to collect stuff.
They'll get you every time, man. Get you every time.
But anyway, that's just me being me. But the fact that it's just a bunch of rich people being like, I just want to own very old things and brag about them is what I assumed. If it is for spell stuff, sure, that's totally fine.
Yeah, because there was remember that book club of witches, and they were like, remember when you got your best-selling book and your husband got a raise or whatever? It's like,
I helped you with that.
Yeah, I helped you. We all did spells for you.
Like,
so that's probably what the rich people are doing. They're doing spells to get their get their stocks and bonds better or something.
But just don't be killing people. Relax.
Yeah, rich people be doing like
they're doing too much.
And if you notice, this is in a lot of shows. Rich people be doing getting artifacts and then wearing robes and going in basements.
I'm like,
stop it.
Stop.
All right? Just stop it.
You got what you wanted.
If you're rich right now, stop it.
Yeah.
Right.
God. No, I will continue because I was just like, yo, what is happening? Also, the way that things are shot and such, it's like, okay, I understand what you're doing. Are we doing a noir? Is that the style that we're going for this episode? Okay, cool.
Like a very whoddunit kind of episode.
But I was also like, where are you in the world right now? What, are you in some podunk town that's really bored, who still has a mob that wears white cuffs on their shoes?
I did like the mobs. Though.
Yeah,
I
was kind of like, I love how what was his name? Santino Scarpati. Scarpati? I have it spelled out. It's
Scaramucci or something like that.
Oh my God.
No, that's a real person, right?
No.
Sorry. I don't know.
Scarpatti.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So
whatever.
Either way, Santino, this guy who was a mob boss of Oh no, you're in Seattle, and I was like, is that what Seattle looks like, y'all? I haven't been there. Is that,
I've never been
happening?
to Seattle. Anyone who's in Seattle or has been to Seattle in the chat, let us know, man. Maybe the mob keeps it real old school there.
Either way, so we pretty much, so I love it that there's a string of things happening now, and I'm like, yeah, definitely we're in a mob story noir. It makes sense. We're just dealing with poor Sam and Dean kind of being like, I don't know what's going on here.
Like, this is weird.
This is really weird. We're not used to
this.
It's
like we've been in weird situations.
But this is odd.
Yeah.
It's odd. It's not supernatural. It's just odd.
we're like, it is 2018,
yeah,
right?
I didn't just because at first I was like, did they go into a time loop?
Yeah,
or something
it
they
did
fell
seem very
somewhere.
old.
Yeah, because the hotels that they were running into. I mean, the cars were the same.
but everything just seemed old.
Yeah, people how they were talking, how they were dressed. I was just like, is it just the city in Seattle that's just has not moved from the 50s or the 40s?
Yeah, maybe it's like a part of Seattle where they just keep it straight.
Sure,
old school.
I mean that's cool. Keep that. I guess. I was very confused. Either way, so. They go to the hotel to find the guy who initially stole St. Peter's skull. He's dead. We also see some random dude running around in the shadows, and we find out that he's actually a priest from said congregation.
He's an inspirational guy too.
Oh wow, the quotes that he was saying were really, really great. I really loved his character. I was really scared he was gonna die, so I'm really glad he didn't.
He did have like a "I'm gonna die" this episode look to him.
Yeah,
because guys, we've watched Supernatural for years and years.
It's 13 seasons.
We know how those day actors or day characters come in, and it's like, oh, you got this one episode, you're gonna die at the end. You gonna have to die quick.
But yeah, so they leave the hotel. They run into our mob boss. They pretty much tell him you working for me now.
Ooh.
And I was just like, I don't understand what's going on, but okay. And he's like, yeah, you do things for me now. And I was like, okay, all right. So now we're working for him. What's your plan?
Now we're working for the mob.
Yeah, I was like, great, sort of. I don't know. and Dean could not keep his mouth shut. I was like, yo. Stop it!
But you need that Dean to let people know, like, hey, look, we ain't.
I mean, I liked that dynamic because I love that the mob boss and the goons were just kind of like, oh, the cojones on this guy, it was like one of those moments. It was like, this guy, wow, what a mouth on you, kind of thing. Which I was like, All right, can we move on? I want to know what's happening with this skull. Let's go. But yeah, so we run into our priest pretty much, and he knocks out Sam. This is where I was like, yo, I'm really worried about you and your well-being. Your brain is very important. Stop getting knocked out.
But Sam is okay, man. It's like, look,
I love, and I even wrote it in my notes. I went, what did I say? I said, oh no, did I lose it? Oh, I said, Dean and Sam go back to Sam finds that paper with the tracking number on it, and I went, yo, can we check up on him? Because he's getting knocked out a lot in this season. And then literally Dean goes,
oh, you know what? I just thought about it.
Yeah.
Cass just heals him. That's what it is. Cass just heals him up. Perfect.
Oh,
See?
that's fine.
Cass just heals him up.
But
He's
he hasn't
like,
done it in a while because he's on his own mission to
true.
find other things. So
I give him a little touch up later on. You know?
I hope so, because yo, he needs
little brain touch up.
I'm really worried. I'm very concerned, and I'm really glad that Dean, because I thought that we were just gonna pretend like that didn't happen, but I'm really glad that they wrote it in there. That Dean was like, "Yo, you okay? You got knocked out a lot. I don't know if that princess hair." Sam was like, dude, shut up. We have things to worry about. And I was like, yeah, it's called your brain.
It's called your brain.
Yeah, I would really like for you to not have brain swelling. It's not great. As a martial artist, I know. It's awful.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, don't do it. I mean, do martial arts. Just wear headgear.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have Father Luca Calamari. I probably butchered that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Was here, and he was there to buy the skull back. He pretty much asked everyone in town, everyone in the congregation to give them money, because there was like different types of money in there. There was like US dollars.
It was kind of a baller too, and
it was all rolled up.
Yeah, I saw whoever it was. One of them was definitely a drug dealer because it was rolled up.
Yeah, no, they were all rolled up.
And it had bands on it.
Yeah,
some were but there was a roll in there, and it had bands on it. I was like, yeah,
I see you.
It was like a drug dealer that's cool with the church. Like he came up in the church
because he has to repent for his sins.
Yeah, he's like, you know what?
I'll help you guys. Yeah, here you go.
Here's about 20 grand. You know what I'm saying, dude? You know, it's. You know.
Where's my friend like that? Okay, sorry. But yeah, so we find out why he's doing it. We find out that it's a tracking number. They see that we have that weird cop. That's like that one made me so angry. I was
Bald
like, why?
cop.
Why would you? Why? I was waiting for them to like show like, because I'm so used to them having like FBI badges or something to like help them, and the fact that he was like, oh, I'm a cop. I was like, show your FBI. What?
Yeah, you're FBI, dude.
Yeah, you guys have long trench coats. You guys are. You guys have like
the trench coats and the suits.
You guys have a good 5 feet over this cop right now. You can see everything on Mount Rushmore. Like, I don't understand how you let this man.
Bald cop.
But he was like, oh, handcuff yourselves to the radiator. I was like, where are we? All you have to do is sit on him. He would have been good.
Should have just kicked him like in his chest.
Sam's legs are so long. All you do was just hit him in the chest. Yeah, it would have been fine. Oh, so upset. Anyway, so he finds the package. He brings it back. We find out Margaret's the one that he works for. And then they're having a freaking mob boss baddies meeting in a warehouse somewhere in Seattle.
That's how you do it. Yo, if you're gonna people at home, if you're gonna sell anything illegal, this is what you want to do.
Don't listen to Michael.
You want to go to a warehouse.
Don't do it.
All right, and it's got to be not raining, but like it rained like a couple of hours ago, so it's like damp.
Well,
but
Seattle's always raining. So
okay, all right, cool. So it's like damp and it's nighttime, and it's in a warehouse. That's what you do, man. Everybody pulls up slow, you know, with the lights off, and you go in there and you have your briefcases, and then you buy it. There it is.
But yeah, Margaret.
I know how these things go.
I can see that. Margaret, Scarpetti, and Greenstreet are all there to discuss. Obviously, we are at a Mexican standoff when Sam shows up with the money. Dean and Father Luca have a very man-to-man moment in the car about just life. Yeah, I was just like, okay. I hope that actually resonates in your head, Dean.
He got through to Dean a little bit.
I think he did.
I think he got through to Dean a little bit.
And he was talking about miracles. I just love that talk where he was like, because God's here to protect me, even though that's not what he was actually trying to say. But Dean was like, no, I know, because I know God. I don't have to explain it to you.
Yeah, and I wonder, this is a quick question. Is God our God, or is there also another God on the other side with Michael? Or is our God the God of both? And he knows about both.
We have no idea.
See, he left and his sister left. So see, that's first thing. God,
I'm like, Chuck, get it together, bro.
Yo, you took the summer off. All right, season's back. Let's All right.
We got work to do.
Like, we got things to do.
So upset. I was like, Chuck, you can't just be up and leaving. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he tries to. I love his very tiny amount of $634,000 to try to get that skull back. While everyone's like $3 million, $1 million, and this douche canoe is like $0.
Like, I'm gonna kill everybody.
Yeah, and take it. And I was like, you only have one person with you, or two people at best.
Yeah, but then, you know, we found out Bald Cop is, you know, in his pocket, so, you know.
Well, I mean, he was about to be in his pocket.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because he was kind of like, oh, I'll pay you $1 million if you kill her right now. And I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it the way it was going to be. I thought he was just going to hold the gun to her and be like, you know, give me money or something like that, you know, and instead he just shot her right in the back. I was like, okay.
Yo,
all right, buddy, Mr. Fake Cop.
Yo, it gets real in the warehouse.
Yeah, no, that was a crazy shootout. While he was praying, Father Luca was praying. I was like, wow, this is. I felt like I was watching, what was it, Once Upon a Time in Mexico? Like, that's what I felt like I was watching. It wasn't as good as that church scene, but you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like what I was feeling at that moment. I was like, all right.
And let this be a lesson to all you guys at home. Pay your henchmen well.
No, seriously.
You know what I'm saying? Like, pay them well.
We know that there's a joke that says tip your waiter. Same thing with your henchmen.
Yeah,
make sure you pay them well, because they will hurt you.
Yo, if you pay your henchmen well, you wouldn't have to worry about this. Cause he said,
yeah,
what he wanted to raise.
Yeah, and she was like, yeah, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, and she would have been like, you know what? It's a good point. We'll get to your raise once we get back to the office or something like that.
Yeah, as soon as you give me that skull, then we'll talk.
Yeah, then we'll get back to the office. I'll give you a raise, and he would have been happy. You know what I'm saying? But people don't listen, man. They don't
especially
listen.
Margaret, because she was like, I'd rather have Sam.
Good point, I guess. I guess she wasn't worried about Bald Cop.
Stop it. Anyway, so obviously Father Dean, charges in, helps him out. Father Luca gets shot. Not necessarily, more like a graze, even though that definitely looked like he got shot in the shoulder, but or the stomach. But it was just a graze, so he's fine. Well, and of course he was like, "Oh, it's a miracle," and the boys look at each other like, I mean, I guess, I don't know. And they find out that the Pope gave Father Luca a nickname, Un Uomo Santissimo, which means the most holy man. I love how they're both like, Father, we actually have another request of you.
They might as well have been like,
hey, so you know that you just, because in my head when I saw that he was bleeding, I was like, okay, this is your time. Hey, I know you're dying. Can I just take just a little bit off the top? It's fine, I swear. Anyway, but he was nice enough to give him a good amount of his blood for them. So good for you. And
because I would have took like the hospital amount, that like bag.
I need all of this. So I'm gonna use half now, half later.
Yeah, I would have took that bag and like gave him some fig Newtons and some juice and like
put him on a trip. Take some orange juice and take a nap, buddy. You'll be fine. Enjoy that flight. With that skull in your bag, it's weird. Anyway, but yeah, so pretty much that wraps things up. They have at least one ingredient, I believe, and they're still waiting on Cass, and that's pretty much where we're at right now. No predictions, because we know that the Scooby-Doo episode is in a couple weeks, so that means you guys probably won't see us till April, because this is our new time. We're going to be doing Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., so it's pretty much the episode the week before that we'll be recapping before the new episode airs. So it's kind of like we're recapping for you right before the new episode. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Michael, where can the wonderful Supernatural fans find you?
You can find me online at One Youngster, which is ONEYOUNGSTA.
Hey.
Also, you can find me anywhere by just searching Nerd Soul, NERDSOUL, one word.
Definitely check that out, because we were on a podcast together called the Nerd Soul Podcast, and it's amazing and it's awesome. You should definitely watch it or listen to it. And you guys can find me all over social media at Torres890. That's ATORRES 890, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks for the Scooby-Doo Supernatural episode. Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Give me that blood.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.